Warning: the following content may contain spoilers for film and television programs. It is also intended for mature audiences. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
Everybody, welcome to episode 42 of the See It podcast, your number one stop for all things film and television news, facts, and opinions. I am one of your hosts, Andrew Ormsby, joined as always by the heartwarming, lovely Shelby Ammerman.
Hey.
And the beard of the Baratheon, Zach Chadwick.
You wish you were here.
Yes, you do. Man, we got a blizzard going on outside. It is insane.
Yeah, well, luckily I'm not outside.
Is this what people in the Great White North have to deal with, like, all the time?
Yeah.
I could not do it. Like,
moving
you get
south.
Yeah, I'm moving south as soon as I'm done in the mighty Mo. But I think, when I went to Alaska this past summer, it was in the 60s and stuff. It was fairly nice, but I don't even want to imagine what it's like up there right now. It's just got to be too freaking cold.
I'm glad I'm not up there, but I may be moving closer to it.
Yeah, you're moving up near the Windy City pretty soon, possibly.
Well, 3.5 hours away.
So you and Austin could start your own podcast, because he's up there right now.
We could.
You guys could take over the See It podcast.
Yeah, maybe.
So this is going to be the last episode of what is called the See It podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Moving here on out, it will be known as the Flick Freaks podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think it's kind of nice starting that next week, because next week is our 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, it is. I forgot.
Yep.
It doesn't seem like it's been that long.
I know. Well, technically, it's 1 year. We didn't do the full 52 weeks.
Well, right. There were weeks we missed, but it's still 1 year since we started.
Exactly. We started on March 1st, so the next episode, I think, is March 3rd? Something like that. But, yeah. So, happy birthday to us next week. We will have a party. I'll make sure we all have pancakes and stuff like that.
I'm going to hold you to that.
All right. So, Zach, this is your week to give your Did You See That opinion.
Everyone is waiting with bated breath.
I know. It's been a while since you've been on a podcast.
So, last night, I went out on a date with my wife, and we saw Kingsman, the Secret Service. Okay. This might be one of the coolest movies I have ever seen. It's definitely in my top 20 of all time. That's how good it is.
Shit, dude.
I'm telling you, it's there's nothing I can pinpoint that is bad about this movie.
If you don't slow down, your entire top 10 movies are going to be movies that came out in the last 3 years.
So, story time to go with this. Last night we went to this place called Jim's Steakhouse, and I had
there tomorrow.
It's so good,
isn't it?
Never been there.
I had the special, which is this 14-ounce ribeye with blue cheese on top.
You did it all wrong.
Sexually delicious. And I talked to my dad afterwards, and I said, this might be the best steak I've ever eaten. And he said, every time you eat steak, you say it's the best steak you've ever eaten.
You messed up.
No, anyway.
You're supposed to get the New York strip surf and turf with the side of lobster tail.
I almost did that, but man, when he said it, it sounded so good. Yeah. But anyway, so this movie is, for if you don't know, it's about these dudes called the Kingsmen, and they were formed like right at the end of World War I by a bunch of dudes who had tons of money, and they wanted to like do good in the world and whatnot. And they thought the best way to do that was to form this Kingsman Secret Service, and they operate like at the highest level, like higher than like the CIA or the NSA or whatever.
Is it kind of like the Illuminati type thing?
No, well, kind of, but not really. Everyone in the Kingsman has a name after the Knights of the Round Table. So, like, Michael Caine is Arthur because he runs the Kingsman. And Colin Firth is Galahad. And Mark Strong is Merlin. He's like their tech dude. It's amazing.
That's cool. That's cool.
Who else? Mark Hamill's in this movie, which I nearly shit my pants when he plays this climate change guy. And I leaned over to her and I said, "Holy shit, it's Luke Skywalker." But
I would have said the Joker.
So it starts out. And they're in this scene in Afghanistan or Iraq, some Middle Eastern country, and it's Colin Firth and the dude who plays. You remember in Pirates of the Caribbean, the guy who had the thing for what's her
Jack Davenport.
That guy, yes.
He's playing
He-
Lancelot in this movie, I think.
Yes. So then it shows anyway. So it's so stylishly cool. The whole movie. I want to do everything in a suit now. I want to do yard work in a suit.
I've been saying for years, bro.
I'm convinced that everything you do, if you do it in a suit, is instantly cooler.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see everything.
Sex in a suit.
Everything. I'm sure they have a suit for that.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to see everything Colin Firth's ever been in, because he's a total badass in this movie. Like, total badass.
Is it Colin Firth?
Colin Firth. He's awesome.
Any of the Bridget Jones' Diary movies?
He is what I like. Liam Neeson. I'm not dissing Liam Neeson, but Liam Neeson wishes he could be Colin Firth. That's what I'm saying. And the movie, Mark Vaughn, I think, is the guy that directed it.
Matthew Vaughn.
I think he directed Kick-Ass.
He did Kick-Ass. He did
and he did X-Men First Class.
There
There are parts of this movie that are
Stardust.
really oh, that's a good movie. That are really hyper violent. That kind of caught me off guard. But there's a scene in a church with Colin Firth, and it is the single coolest action scene I've ever seen in a movie.
Really?
It is so unique, and everything about it. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, every 2 seconds, I'm like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Something else cool was happening. I would definitely see it. 10 out of 10. Sam Jackson actually is really awesome.
Oh, as a Valentine, the villain, I'm assuming.
He's the villain. It's like a the whole movie's like a Bond for this generation type movie.
Nice.
Really cool. Really well done. The guy that plays the kid, I don't know his name. He's awesome.
Just looking.
Taron Egerton.
Really awesome. And I now wish I was born in England and then came over here so I'd have a sweet English accent. Because I'm also convinced that if you have one, instantly you're cool.
In the trailers, I saw this girl, her in real life, her name is Sophia Boutella, but she plays the girl Gazelle. She got like sword legs or something like this.
Yeah. Okay, through the whole movie, I thought that was the chick from Glee.
Oh.
With makeup on, I swear. She's a total badass. She's got all kinds of cool scenes. But, yeah, that's a unique weapon. I've never seen anything like that either.
Sword feet.
Yeah, sword feet. I'm like, I looked at her and I said, that's some Oscar Pistorius shit right there. But it's a really cool, stylishly cool movie. Go see it. Please drop what you're doing and see it right now.
Does this get the Nicolas Cage stamp of approval of high praise?
I would say it gets double Nicolas Cage stamp of approval.
That's high praise.
Yeah.
At the time of this recording, right now, Kingsman: The Secret Service on IMDb's list, it is number 211 on their top 250 movies of all time.
It's got an 8.3. I just gave it a 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
For sure, 10. It's like I said, there's nothing bad about it, and the whole plot, Sam Jackson's plot in this movie is way cool. I've never seen a plot like that from a bad guy.
Yeah.
Really awesome.
I've heard a lot of good things about it, so
You should see it right
I honestly
now.
have not heard a single bad thing about this movie, so.
Well, there's a reason for that.
All right. Well, I think it's time to move on to the news, good sir.
Well, yeah, and first off, it was really sad.
Yes.
Leonard Nimoy died yesterday, and I remember, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, my wife had said, Leonard Nimoy was just admitted to the hospital for COPD. I'm like, oh, wow, I know a friend of mine's mom has that. And then yesterday, it popped up on my Yahoo alert that he had passed away. And, I'm not a Star Trek fan. I've seen the two newest movies, and I've seen episodes here and there. But he transcended every range of nerddom, Dungeons and Dragons and Lord of the Rings, and everybody who is geeky in any way knows who Leonard Nimoy is. And it was really hard not to cry. The best part of that first Star Trek movie was everything he was in that.
Absolutely. And then when he reprised his role as old Spock in the new Star Trek movie.
That's what I mean. The
I
first
thought you meant.
No. I meant the
original,
first Star Trek movie of the new ones. He was the best part of that entire movie.
Yeah.
And obviously Wrath of Khan was amazing, and he is everything that's great about Hollywood and geekdom.
My mom was in love with him. She had such a huge crush on Spock. Like, my whole life, I've known her to be in love with Spock from Star Trek. And when I told her, because I saw it on Facebook and I shared it and tagged her in it, and she goes, "Oh no, my heart is crazy broken."
He embodies everything that is good about everything. I mean,
Yeah.
and like I said, I'm not a Star Trek fan, but even if you're not a Star Trek fan, everyone knows who he is. He's like George Takei.
I was actually just thinking about him.
George Takei and William Shatner are the only two left from the original Star Trek series.
No, Uhura's still alive.
Are you sure about that?
I'm 99% sure.
All right.
I swear she is. I don't know. But either way, it was really, really sad.
The guy that played Khan is dead?
Yeah,
An
I
old
think
Star
so.
Trek?
I think so.
Old Star Treks?
I just didn't expect it to hit me like it did.
Yeah. Will Wheaton had an amazing Twitter post. It was either I think it was yesterday because that's when it happened, right? It said it was something to the effect of, "If it wasn't for your hard work and your journey through the stars, I would never have got to go."
Yeah.
And
And if you think about it, he was part of the birthing of modern science fiction in TV, movies, everything. I mean, Star Trek started it. I mean, Lord of the Rings is the father of modern fantasy. Star Trek is the father of modern science fiction. It really is.
I do recant my earlier statement. Nichelle Nichols is still alive.
Hey, win for me.
So, very good.
All right, let's move on to not sad news anymore. So Rooney Mara, she played Numi Rapace's role in the Americanized Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Yes.
There will be no more of those.
Good.
They had said that they were thinking about making them. Like Fincher was trying to get the funding, and Craig had even said that they were going to start production on it soon. But she said there's not going to be any more. So.
Good. You know why? Because those other two movies, the Swedish movies, like Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's
Not
Nest,
that
and
great.
They're not good.
The
That
second-
first movie is freaking phenomenal, you know.
Right. The second one is just okay. Like, I liked it, but not nearly as much. And
I
I
don't
only
like it.
saw part of the third one.
Yeah, I was saying I just stopped watching it. Like I'm not into it. Like it's not holding my attention.
Yeah.
So good call. I don't know. David Fincher made the newest version of the American version anyway.
Yeah.
So good call on his part. It wrapped up, you know. That
Well,
movie,
it's not a movie that, I mean, they're based on the books, but it's not a movie that needs a sequel. It's just like Kingsman. There does not need to be a sequel to Kingsman, even though I'd probably see it. There doesn't need to be a sequel to it. There didn't need to be a sequel to The Crow or Gladiator, which they tried to make.
yeah.
Some movies don't need sequels, and this is one of them.
I can't wait to see her in Pan as Tiger Lily.
Oh, yeah? I don't know.
Pan movie.
I'll probably go see that with my
Her
wife. 'cause
costume looks really cool.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Ben Hardy, which I'm not really sure what he's been in, but Bryan Singer tweeted a couple days ago that he has been casted in a significant role in the next X-Men movie. Didn't say what, though. I don't know anything about this guy.
Brian Hardy.
Ben Hardy. Ben Hardy, sorry. He's a younger kid. I think he's like
he was
early
in
20s.
EastEnders, that TV series.
Never seen it.
My guess is, actually, now that I think about it, I bet he's going to be Archangel, one of the Apocalypse's four horsemen. That's a perfect role for him.
It looks like he could be.
Yeah,
Who
that's
was
what I'm going
Ben
with.
Foster in X-Men 3? Was he Angel?
Yes,
Okay.
he was. That's Archangel before he gets his metal wings
Yeah.
and the purple skin.
Wait, what part of the movie was this in?
X-Men 3?
Have you seen it?
I've seen all of the X-Men movies.
Okay, Ben Foster, he was the guy with the wings, like the angel wings.
Yeah, the terrible movie.
Oh,
yeah,
I totally
Not
remember
the
now.
best.
And
The
he
whole
and
I'm
his
the
dad,
juggernaut bitch thing.
and his
that-
dad
Yeah.
was the CEO of some big company.
Yeah, he was trying to
Right.
fix them.
Right.
Doesn't he end up cutting off his wings?
Yeah, he tried to when he was a kid, but he...
Which he does in the comic book too, at one time.
Oh, well, there you go.
Anyway, let's see here. Oh, I was really excited when I saw this. I am not an American Horror Story fan.
I
It was
am.
just meh.
Oh, this
But-
is news for Shelby then.
Yeah. FX announced that Lady Gaga is cast in the leading role for next season of American Horror
Yes!
Story. Is that
That's
not
gonna
like
be
the
so exciting.
the perfect casting you've ever heard of for
She would've
anything
been better
ever?
on Freak Show though.
It's a show. They're calling it American Horror Story Hotel, which I don't know what that.
It's probably a haunted hotel. Like,
Do you
where
watch
there's
Bates
a haunted
Motel at
room
all?
or something?
No, because I have I don't care about Psycho or Hitchcock. I know everybody says he's like
Bates
a.
Motel is amazing.
See, everybody tells
It's
me that I
amazing.
just don't want to see it. I'm
Can't do
with
it.
you, Zach.
Really, really good. I watched the first season like in a day and fell in love with it, and I've been waiting with bated breath for the second season. It just came out on Netflix, and I finished it, and it's still great.
Well,
It's
Are they
still
on
great.
Hulu?
And I don't know if they're on Hulu. But
I don't
they
think
are on
so.
Netflix, and the second season like is really good. As a matter of fact, it's probably one of my March Madness.
When I heard this and I talked to my wife about it, it's like the perfect casting for that show. It really is. I mean, she's got the personality for it. I don't know why it didn't happen sooner.
Oh, we're back on Lady Gaga. I was
Yeah,
like, what
sorry,
show are you
Lady
talking
Gaga.
about?
Sorry.
Yeah, that. Although I would have thought that she'd be better in Freak Show than like a haunted hotel or a haunted house type thing.
Honestly, I don't think it really matters. She probably would have been good in any season.
Yeah, but I mean, just like with her personality and the way because she's very fly your freak flag and
I quit watching.
My Little Monsters.
I quit watching after the episode where the clown got killed.
I haven't seen the end of Freak Show because I missed an episode. I missed 1 week.
I just don't have any desire to watch it. It's just meh.
I really.
There's
like
other
it.
stuff I need to watch.
I really like.
All right. I guess we can talk about that. Bruce Willis was making a movie called Wake, and it was supposed to be one of his like pet projects that he's wanted to do for a long time, and they canceled it because he can't get the funding for it.
Guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad. You always want to see pet projects.
Bruce Willis can't get the funding for something?
Well, it's not.
No, you have no idea how hard it is. Like, his net worth could make one movie. That's it.
Yeah. Well, as expensive as it is anymore anyway, producers are the ones that put all the money behind a movie.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's possible he can't get the funding. I mean, it is what it is, It's sad, but whatever. All right, anyway. So, have you seen the Power Rangers fan movie?
Oh my god, it was
Isn't
so
it awesome?
fucking good.
James Van Der Beek's badass.
Yes, and Katie Sackhoff is awesome
So,
and hot.
apparently,
Did I say hot? Because she's hot.
Saban Entertainment, who hates everything Power Rangers that's good, has complained. They didn't file a lawsuit or anything, but has complained that they didn't like it. And so it forced them to YouTube to pull the video from their servers. And now the guy's going to fight them on it.
Good. Because that thing had, I don't know how many views. It was up to
Millions.
6 million views.
So, but it comes back to the fair use law, which, I mean, he didn't make any money on it. He wasn't asking for money. He didn't take money. He just made it and put it out there for everybody to watch. I don't know why it would be a problem, but Saban Entertainment is really weird with this property.
Fun fact, Carla Perez, who was the original Rita in the show, is Rita in this too.
I
was
thought
her.
it might have been the same person.
Yeah.
It was really cool. I didn't think I would like it.
They tried to get Jason David Frank, the guy who plays Tommy, to reprise his role.
He said he hated it.
He said he hated it.
He's such a dick.
He didn't want to do it because the reason he said anyways, because to him, Power Rangers will always be a children's show, and it should be
You know what? That's
geared towards child entertainment and stuff like that.
You
so
know,
when you
and-
add drugs and violence and
That's
blood
the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I mean, if you're going to make it geared towards children, then yes. But what about Ninja Turtles? I mean, they've made hardcore Ninja Turtle stuff before. Even the new movie wasn't really a kid's movie. There were parts in it that I would never let my kid watch until he was old enough. I mean, it's just a preference. He's such an ass.
This is definitely a lot
pissed
darker
because
than the Ninja Turtles
CM
movie,
Punk is
though.
going to kick his ass when they UFC fight.
I hate CM Punk.
Yeah, but I don't like whatever his name is.
I did see, okay, that's kind of, I wouldn't say hypocritical, but I did see this video of Jason David Frank as the White Ranger fighting Scorpion. Did you ever see that video?
Yes, I did.
And yeah, he cut off Scorpion's head.
So how is that any different?
That was a cool video too.
It was. Really cool. All right, and last but not least, Oscars happened last Sunday.
Hey,
And
the Oscars finally did something right.
lots of stuff. Citizen 4 won for documentary, which I still need to watch.
It's very good. I still would have preferred to see Virunga win. But I'm okay with Citizen4 winning because those were the two best.
Yeah. Alejandro Inarritu won director and Birdman won picture, which is great. I was really worried they were going to give it to Boyhood.
I was too.
Eddie Redmayne won for Stephen Hawking. Julianne Moore, which apparently that movie's great.
Still Alice, it's a very good movie.
J.K. Simmons won for Whiplash. Whiplash got almost every award it was nominated for.
It won 3 Oscars. It was the 3rd most winning film.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic.
Yes.
And who was... Oh, Patricia Arquette won for supporting actress. And I didn't have any issue with anybody who won. I would have liked to have seen Emma Stone win, but because I really, really like her.
Mm.
But there was a guy, and this is the whole reason I wanted to talk about it. I read an article from USA Today, and this critic went on to say that Boyhood not winning the Best Picture Oscar is the biggest mistake of the last 20 years. So there's been tons of travesties that have happened in the last 20 years, all of which are worse than that one.
Private Ryan not winning.
You know what? I actually don't have an issue with that.
Over Shakespeare in Love.
Oh, wait, yeah.
You
okay.
crazy,
I
boo.
didn't really like that movie anyway, but...
I like war movies, and I do like love movies, so I'm going to go ahead and agree with that they made the right choice.
Well, that's fine.
I actually haven't seen Shakespeare in Love.
So, this one right here. 1996, The English Patient won over Jerry Maguire, which was actually good, and Fargo, which was awesome. So I'm sorry, that's a travesty.
Jerry Maguire's good, but it's the cheesiest movie in existence.
1997, we're going to go to this. There's just... It boggles my mind, like, this one. Titanic won over LA Confidential.
Oh,
that's
Good Will
insane.
Hunting.
That's insane.
Titanic. Jesus Christ.
There was also a lot of... I mean, there's other ones. I'm not going to go through the last 20 years, but... there was also a lot of push, a lot of conservatives, and I'm not going to get into my political feelings on this, bitched and moaned because Birdman won over American Sniper, and they thought it was a political thing. And I'm thinking, all of these people that bitched had never seen Birdman.
Yeah.
So you can't whine about a movie not winning an award if you haven't even seen the movie.
Yeah.
That won.
American Sniper was a very good movie, but it doesn't hold a candle to what Birdman or Whiplash did.
And if it would have won, if American Sniper would have won, then it probably would have been a political thing, like an international type political thing.
Well, to me, the worst travesty that's happened since 1990 in the Oscars was the year Casino didn't win.
Yeah. What won that year? Was it Amadeus?
I think so. I don't have it up because I only went the last 20 years because that's what the critics said.
Okay.
But, I mean, just get over yourself.
No, 1990, I think that was Silence of the Lambs.
They came out in separate years. I don't think they came out in the same year.
For the last 20 years, so for the last however long I've been alive.
Yeah.
Well, either way, just stop, okay? Just stop. I mean, just get over yourself.
Yeah. What's next in news?
That's it.
All right. Well, yeah, fun news this week besides, the
and
passing
House of
Leonard
Cards
Nimoy.
started last night.
Yeah, I've seen the first episode.
Yeah, if you want to see a full-on shot of a guy's shaft, watch this episode.
I didn't see it.
Apparently, it's a condition that my wife has dubbed dick blindness.
Huh.
And I didn't see it either until she literally stopped on the frame where you see his dick. So, whatever. Either way, it was a really odd...
Whose dick are you seeing?
Stamper, his assistant, the guy who has
the old guy.
The older guy, he kind of has the hooker.
I haven't seen House of Cards.
Oh,
then,
well, okay then.
Yeah, we're not...
Actor?
No,
I don't know his name. It's a really weird episode. I get the feeling this season's going to be so much different than the first two because he's in power. He's made his plays to get where he wants. Now it's going to be all about him holding on to it. And I think a lot of it's also...
Michael Kelly is his name.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't want to see his...
I also think that it's going to be a lot about him and how he handles his condition because he's a little off now.
Yeah.
All right, that's it.
All right, so now we're going to move on to trailer talk. We have a few movies to talk about this week. The first movie up is a movie called Love and Mercy. It is the life story, pretty much, of Brian Wilson, who was the singer for the Beach Boys.
Oh, yeah. Stars Paul Dano.
Yes.
John Cusack are the only two I can remember. But Paul Dano's awesome, and you should see anything he's in.
Yeah. Paul Dano plays Brian Wilson, and so does John Cusack, who plays Brian Wilson.
Right.
Obviously
Young
older.
and old.
Elizabeth Banks is in this movie too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Paul Giamatti, and I think I saw a few other people in there too. Looks like a pretty decent movie. A little hesitant because the last music-based film I saw, like based on an artist, was Jersey Boys, and I wasn't really that big of a fan of that movie.
This looks a lot better. I'm surprised that I'm not a Beach Boys fan, but I'm surprised I actually want to see it.
Yeah, that's my reaction.
But I probably won't ever see it until it's like on DVD or something, or Netflix or whatever. Yeah. That's basically, it takes a lot to get me to go to the theater anymore.
Yeah. I'm not really a Beach Boys fan, so.
And Kingsman was worth it.
Kingsman was totes worth it. I'd go see it again tonight if it wasn't a fucking end of the world blizzard outside.
Yeah. So yeah, let's wrap this up so we can get out of here before the weather gets crazy. The next movie that we're going to talk about is a movie called Cymbeline. This is actually, from what I read, it is an unreleased play from William Shakespeare. Modernized, starring Ethan Hawke, Ed Harris, Mila Jovovich, John Leguizamo, Penn Badgley, Dakota Johnson, and Anton Yelchin.
Is she the 50 Shades chick?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. This looks way cool.
It does look really cool. Coriolanus, which was also a modernized version of Shakespeare.
Romeo and Juliet. DiCaprio,
there was
which I liked a lot.
Yeah, that was surprisingly
I don't like
good.
Romeo and Juliet.
I don't think
so
Othello. I don't think Othello with Mekhi Phifer did this, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm okay with it because what I have seen did it well. So
yeah, and the trailer looked really good, so I want to see it.
Yeah.
But I don't like Romeo and Juliet. So.
What's wrong with you?
The next movie up that we're going to talk about real quick is called The Gunman. This movie stars Sean Penn, Idris Elba, Javier Bardem, Ray Winstone.
Ray Winstone's awesome,
isn't he?
He really is.
He's a really cool guy.
He's like the Lewis Black version of Brendan Gleeson.
So this movie, you said, kind of reminds you of Taken, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, he's trying to be Liam Neeson, and honestly, if it was anybody other than Sean Penn, I probably would go see it tomorrow.
So here's the thing. It's directed by Pierre Morel, who was the original director of the Taken movies. So that's where you're...
That's amazing.
Yeah. So...
I don't know, man.
I think this guy just likes AARP members kicking ass.
I love Javier... I love everybody except Sean Penn. Like, Javier Bardem's amazing.
And I'm excited
Idris
to see
Elba
him
should be the next James Bond.
Idris Elba is going to be the next James Bond, and... I like Ray Winstone. I've already said that. It's just, man, I can't get over Sean Penn. I haven't seen anything he's been in that I really liked.
I don't know how you didn't really like I Am Sam.
I never saw that.
Because you went full retard.
Well, no, I never saw it because at the time I was going through some stuff, and I don't like watching movies that make me cry, and I thought it would have.
That's a really good movie.
It made me snore.
Well,
all right.
Andrew, you suck and you're heartless. Okay?
Yes. The next movie up that we're going to talk about is a comedy called Unfinished Business. This movie stars Vince Vaughn, Dave Franco, Tom Wilkinson,
Nick Frost.
Nick Frost is
James Marsden. Is Franco? Is that James's brother?
Yeah, it's his younger brother.
That is
He's in
awesome.
22nd Jump Street
And 20.
He's in 21st too,
21st
and Neighbors. I haven't seen Neighbors.
He was in both
yet.
of them.
Oh yeah, because in the second one
he's in prison. Yeah.
Okay.
Anywho, this movie, Vince Vaughn, all of his movies are pretty much the same, but every now and then he'll throw out a gem like Wedding Crashers or Dodgeball. Hopefully this movie could be... Oh, Swingers.
Old School.
Oh, yeah, Old School.
But he wasn't the star of
The
that one.
Internship.
I haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it.
It's really good. I love Vince Vaughn, even though he does play the same character every time.
So he's like the comedic version of Keanu Reeves?
Yes.
Yeah. And I think he's hilarious all the time, and I love him. I love his character, and I'm super excited for this movie.
See, he's like Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell does great when he's part of a cast, but he's hit and miss when he's the star.
Yeah.
I don't
Speaking...
agree. Only with Anchorman. That's the only movie I don't like Will Ferrell in.
Well, I love Anchorman.
I don't like Anchorman.
You crazy
I don't
boo.
like Anchorman too.
The next movie up, speaking of James Marsden, is a movie called Welcome to Me. It stars Kristen Wiig, James Marsden, Alan Tudyk.
Wash from
Firefly.
Firefly.
Actually, Wes Bentley's also in this as well, and Joan Cusack.
Oh, yeah.
This movie does look really funny. It's based on this woman who's dealing with some mental issues. when one day she wins Mega Million. And she decides, oh, I have all this money. I want my own talk show like Oprah. Here's $15 million. Make it happen.
I'm not sure.
I thought she only got $6 million.
I'm not sure that's true because I swear in the preview when they're showing her ticket and the
it's not the right numbers.
It doesn't look like the right numbers.
Yeah.
That's because they're out of order.
No,
she has 57. She had 15. She had 49.
I didn't see those numbers because I looked for them.
57, 15, and 49 were definitely on there.
Okay.
Well, I'm calling shenanigans.
Yeah.
Either way, it looks okay. I don't know if I'll see it or not.
Yeah.
I just don't know. Man, it's hard for me anymore to get a real strong opinion from a preview because I used to be all about previews and I'd go see a movie and it would suck balls. Especially after The Spirit. Fuck that movie.
So the next movie up that we're going to talk about is a documentary that had Shelby Balling. It's called A Braveheart, the Lizzie Velasquez story. It's a documentary based around the aforementioned name who suffers from an undiagnosed disease that does not allow her to gain weight. One day she went on YouTube and she was just trying to watch music or find music videos, and she found a video on YouTube about herself, and it was titled "The Ugliest Woman in the World," and it's just a documentary about how that tore her down, but then she rose back up to something greater, and now she's
cyberbullying.
Yeah, now she's
a motivational speaker.
Well,
yeah, she's trying to campaign against bullying in America, and it looks like
she said, "I'm not gonna let it tear me down. I'm not gonna let them define me. The people who said kill it with fire, I'm not gonna let them define me."
No.
No.
I Cracked.
You tell
I
them.
frequent Cracked, the website, and they also have a podcast. And they talked about this a couple weeks ago where if you ever want to read the worst thing that anyone could ever say, go to a comment section on a YouTube video.
oh yeah.
I mean, that's just people because of the anonymity of the internet. They'll say whatever they want because they can.
Oh, going
still
back
when it's
to
about you.
news, FCC approved.
Oh yeah,
Said it was
exciting.
Yes, very great news. Net neutrality.
Is now
Happening.
a law. It's happening.
That's very, very good.
Thank God.
It takes too long to explain on the podcast since we got a blizzard. Just go online and look up net neutrality. Good things are coming our way.
Yeah, don't be lazy, you fucks.
Yeah. We can't give you all the news.
God, I gotta do everything myself.
All right. Well, since it is getting really bad outside, I think we're just going to wrap it up, guys. I don't want to do IMDb
Oh no,
idiots,
that's fine.
so-
I don't want to do IMDb idiots because I'm done losing for the month. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll start fresh next month with the Flick Freaks podcast.
Yeah.
So thank you, everybody, for listening. If you'd like to follow us on Twitter, we are now officially at Flick_Freaks. You can also find us on YouTube. We don't have a custom URL yet, but you can go on there and find our videos. /Flick Freaks is already taken, so
That sucks.
I gotta smack somebody's kneecaps and get that URL.
YouTube is really weird about names.
Yeah.
Because there's these people that run the History of Westeros podcast, which I listen to every week, and YouTube wouldn't let them have the name Westeros in their URL, which is really weird.
Okay. We do have a website on the way, www.flickfreaks.com. It's
Not
just
up yet, is it?
Not up yet. We just
Okay.
have the domain. That's all we got.
All
So
right.
it's going to be a little bit.
We'll get on that.
In the future, you can still find our Flick Freak reaction videos to trailers that are coming out. Those are coming your way. We will catch you guys next time. Until then, peace out.
Later.
Deuces.